It just goes to show what wonderful creative lateral thinkers pharmacists are, because some of you didn't live up to what I thought would happen. This is what I can typically count on happening. We don't mind changing and doing things a different way, going out on the skinny little branches and doing something different. But the minute we think it's over, we put it back. How many people put it back? Lots of people, even the majority of people, will probably put it back. In your group, though, I did notice something that's a little bit of a rarity. At least 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 people didn't put it back. And I went, oh, that's very interesting. Although I don't know if your shoes are back on, right? And it's always interesting when people start to take their clothes off, right? Wonder what fun is like at their workplace, right? I took my belt off, right? But isn't it interesting that people put it back? So in your leadership positions, in your professions, it's so important, if you want to stay focused, if you want to stay connected with your passion, to keep on moving it forward and recognizing that there's only one direction, to go forward. It's not about going back. Once you've established that your new comfort level is here, then you stay here until you move it a little bit more forward and a little bit more forward. For those of you that are old enough to be able to relate to what I'm about to say, my very first car was a 1967 Rambler American. I don't know how many people even know what that brand is. But I brought my figure skating coach's car in 1975, and it was a 1967 Rambler American. And that car was so sturdy, it wasn't really funky or fun, but it sure got you from A to B in a very dependable way. Even when my father's car let him down sometime, even when other people's car in the family let them down, my car would just go, 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 go. I even think there was a little song from the 1960s about the Ramblers, all right? And why am I telling you this? Because even when I knew that I had to put it to the wreckers, take it to the wreckers, I was able to drive that car there. It was so sturdy to the bitter end that I could actually drive it. So you may say to yourself, so why did you have to give it up, Nina, if it was still so sound that it drove? Because it only had a forward. It wouldn't go in reverse anymore. And I'd taken it to the garage 2 or 3 times. They couldn't figure it out. Something about the time chain or the time belt, that's when I first learned about that part of a car. They couldn't seem to figure out how to do it, so it became dangerous. Of course, I would go to Yorkdale or some other mall or something like that, and I would have to drive around looking for a spot where I could drive through, right? It only went forward. So I knew I was licked, and I had to say goodbye to my car. And that's sort of the way we should be, too, especially in leadership positions. Only have a forward. You know where you've been, and that's fine. Okay to check back every now and then, but you only have a forward. Forward march.